Hi, my wonderful crochet friends. I have a wonderful pattern for you all today. I made this especially for you all. This is the new autumn fall head warmer. It's so unique. It's so different from everybody else's. I'm so proud of this. Look at those textures. Isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful pattern. And it is made with all single crochets. Can you believe that? All single crochets. It's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. So this pattern here, this is made with Hometown USA yarn, which is made by LionBrand in the color Madison. So this is a nice golden yellow color. It's the color Madison. And for the tutorial, I will be using this nice green yarn here, which is also LionBrand Hometown USA yarn also. But unfortunately, the tag is covering up the name of it. It's something green, probably hunter green or forest green, something like that. It's a nice, pretty green color, which I thought would also be great for fall as well. And for this pattern, we will be using an 8mm hook. And this is just a Boy Brand aluminum hook. And this pattern here is also free on my blog at poshdiycrochetpatterns.blogspot.com. So you can look up the free written pattern for this as well. And this is also a cinched head warmer. You see it's cinched right here. Very stylish. It looks great. I tried it on. It looks so good. Looks so good. And in case you're not familiar with this pattern here, so the border has these really nice knit-like V's here. And this is the stitch I made up. You can find the tutorial for this crochet stitch on my YouTube channel here. It's very nice. And surprisingly, it is pretty easy. Now this pattern here, it's kind of borderline confident beginner to intermediate. It is made with all single crochets, and it's also made with popcorn stitches. So I feel like it's fairly easy, but I think if you're a confident beginner, give it a try, follow along. I will show you stitch by stitch how to make this. So no worries. I will show you up close and everything will be fine. I would definitely give it a try. I think you'll be able to do it, and I think you'll love it. So let's go ahead and get started. So you'll need your yarn, of course. You'll need your 8mm hook, and you will need a large-eyed yarn needle. This yarn is a bulky 6-weight yarn. So this pattern, as long as you use a bulky 6-weight yarn, then it'll work and it will fit you. And this is a one-size-fits-all. It'll fit nice and snug, but yet also stretchy as well. So no worries, it will fit any size for an adult. Oh, and I did want to show you real quick. with a ruler. So from one side to the other, it is exactly 10 inches. So in full length, we will make a 20-inch panel. We will fold the sides together and we will stitch it up and then cinch it. So it will definitely fit any size adult head. And our multiple for this pattern is 3 plus 1 plus 1. So as long as you work your foundation chain up in 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and then add 1 chain and add 1 chain. And just in case, if you want to make this in a smaller size or a larger size, follow the multiple and you'll be able to do so. So to start off, we need a yarn tail of 18 inches. So this yarn tail will be used for sewing up our head warmer. And if you do not have a measuring tape or ruler, what you could do is if you take this from the tip of your fingers all the way here and then just add a few more inches, and that will work as well. And then we will make our slip knot. And we are going to chain 46 chains plus 1. So the multiple is 3. So that will be 45 plus 1 plus 1 is a total of 47 chains. It's 45 plus 1 plus 1. Total of 47 chains. In the second chain from our hook, this chain right here, we are going to make 1 single crochet. You can go into your chain like that and make your single crochet, or you can twist it to the back and look for that back bump and make your single crochet. We will now make 1 single crochet in each chain all the way across until the end. and I am working in the back bump. I think this gives it a really nice clean edge. It'll have the V's right here on the edge, and I really like that. So I'm just going to make one single crochet in the back bump of each of my chains here. And with it being a head warmer, I would definitely prefer to have a nice clean edge on my head warmer. And that's what our single crochets look like so far. And that's that nice clean edge that I was just talking about. So continue making your single crochets in the back bumps of your chains all the way until your last chain, and I will meet you back there. I've completed my last single crochet for row 1. You should have 46 single crochets. We will chain 1 and we will turn our work. And now we will make our knit stitch pattern. And so what we will do is we will take the tip of our hook, and instead of working in the same chain right here, we're going to go into this loop right here. We're going to go into that loop right there. And this will create our knit stitch here. So we will yarn over and pull that through the stitch and up. And we will yarn over and pull through both loops to complete a single crochet. And in our next chain here, we will go into that loop right there. So you will see our regular chains here. We will be going into this loop. This loop would be considered the third loop. Kind of just like a half double crochet, but for single crochet. And we will do this in each chain. Sometimes you can just push it right through depending on what type of hook you have. Like if you have one that's a little bit more pointed, then you might be able to just get it and slide right through. But this hook that I'm using, it's very blunt. It's not it doesn't have a pointy tip to it at all. So, but this here creates our knit stitch pattern, and I usually just grab it with my nail And as you can see, my nail is not long. My nail is short, but I'm still able to just grab it a little and push it through. I'm going to show you what that looks like. It pushes our chain, our back loop and front loop, it pushes it backwards. Isn't that neat? And that's what gives this nice edge here on the bottom and the top, which I think is a really nice accent to it. So that's all you have to do for row 2. Just go into that third loop of each chain and make that single crochet. And this entire head warmer is made with single crochets. I want to give you another look at that on the opposite side here. It's got that nice V border here. Very pretty. So just go ahead and finish this row up. Make sure you go into that third loop. So you have your, when you're looking at your chains here, you have your back loop and you have your front loop, and then right there facing you is that third loop. And then you got that little split V there. So you'll see right here in the front that split V, upside down V. And then there's that third loop right there. And then here's your back loop and your front loop. So just go ahead and finish that all the way until your very last third loop. And I will meet you back at the end. I've completed row 2. We will chain 1 and turn for row 3. In the same chain here, in the same chain, we are going to make 1 extended single crochet. And to do that, we will insert our hook into our stitch. We will go up, we will yarn over and pull that through that stitch and up. We will yarn over and we will pull through only 1 loop. We will yarn over and then pull through both loops on our hook, and that is 1 extended single crochet. In this next chain, we are going to make 2 extended single crochets, and then we will turn that into a popcorn stitch. We'll go into that chain, we'll go up and yarn over and pull that through that stitch and up. We will yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over and pull through both loops. We're going to go into the same chain here. We're going to do that one more time. Yarn over and pull that up. Yarn over, pull through one. Yarn over and pull through both loops. We're now going to pull this loop up, remove our hook. We're going to count back to 2. 1, 2. In this second stitch here, I'm going to insert my hook. I'm going to slide my hook into that loop here. I'm just going to pinch that with my finger. I'm going to grab the working yarn. I'm going to pull it. I'm going to pinch here, and I'm going to pull that loop through that stitch. I'm going to chain 1. And since we chained 1, we will skip 1. So we'll skip this stitch. And then we will repeat this pattern. So we skip this stitch. Into the next stitch, we will make 1 extended single crochet. In this next stitch, we will make that 2 extended single crochet popcorn. And this will give us that that 3-dimensional V that I was showing earlier. Gives it a really nice texture. I'll pull that up a bit. Count 1, 2. In that second stitch, I will insert my hook. I'm going to put that hook in that loop. Pull that tight. And I will pinch and pull that through the stitch. And then chain 1 to secure. Skip this stitch and repeat the pattern. Go into that same chain. Make another extended single crochet. Pull that up. Count 1, 2. Insert my hook into that stitch and then in that loop, grab it and pull. And then chain 1. So you will repeat this all the way across. And your very last chain should be 1 extended single crochet. And I will meet you back at the end. I'm at the end of row 3, so I just finished my last popcorn here. And we will chain 1, skip this stitch, and then this very last chain, we will make 1 extended single crochet. We will chain 1 and we will turn for row 4. For row 4, we will repeat row 3, the row that we just did. So this same chain here, we will make 1 extended single crochet. This next chain here, we will make 2 extended single crochet popcorn. We will skip 1 and then repeat, just like we did row 3. And I'm making these extended single crochets pretty loosely, and that's because we want this popcorn to be a little bit bigger, and we want it to bulge out. So my tension is definitely loose and relaxed. So we will skip the next stitch and the next repeat. It's 1 and 2. And you repeat this all the way across. And I will meet you back there. I'm at the end of row 4, and I did my last popcorn in my chain 1. We will skip 1, and in this last chain here, we will make 1 extended single crochet. We will chain 1, and we will turn. And for row 5, we are going to make 1 single crochet in each chain all the way across until the end. So in the same chain here, right here, we're just going to make 1 single crochet. And this chain right here, we will make 1 single crochet. So in each chain, we will make 1 single crochet all the way across. And then once we are finished, we need to count our chains and make sure that we have 46 single crochets. So repeat 1 single crochet in each chain all the way until your very last stitch, and I will meet you back then. I completed my last single crochet, and I counted each single crochet, and I have 46 in total, which is the perfect stitch count that we need. So for row 6, we will chain 1, and we will turn our work around, and we are going to repeat row 5. So we are going to make 1 single crochet in each chain. We will do this all the way across our row. One single crochet. And at the end of this row, you should have 46 single crochets in total. Continue on till your last chain, and I will meet you back at the end of this row. I'm at the end of row 6. I've completed my last single crochet. I have 46 single crochets in this row. So for row 7, we will chain 1, and we will turn our work, and now we will repeat row 3 and row 4. And I wanted to give you all a look at what it looks like so far. And you have to push your V bobbles out a little bit after you complete row 4. And this is the front with these knit-like V's. And if you look, there's your V bobbles. Isn't that nice? And this actually shows up better than the other yarn, that yellow gold yarn. This shows up a lot nicer. So we are going to be repeating our popcorns again. So for row 7, we will repeat row 3, and row 8, we will repeat row 4. So in this first chain, the same chain here, we are going to make 1 extended single crochet. The next chain, we'll get our popcorn. So we'll make the 2 extended single crochet. Make our popcorn. Chain 1, skip the next chain, and repeat. So you're just doing the same thing. So just repeat this all the way until the end, and your last chain here will get one extended single crochet, and I will meet you back then. And I am at the end of row 7, so I made my last popcorn, my chain 1. We will skip 1, and this last chain right here, we are going to make one extended single crochet. Chain 1 and turn. And now for row 8, we're going to repeat the same thing. We're going to repeat what we just did, just like we did before. And this same chain here gets one extended single crochet. This next chain here and gets our popcorn. Chain 1, skip 1, and repeat. And this next chain here gets our popcorn. And then chain 1. And you just repeat that all the way until the very end, and then in your last chain here you will make that extended single crochet. So just repeat the pattern until the end, and I will meet you back there. I finished row 8 and I made my last stitch, that one extended single crochet. So for row 9, we will chain 1 and we will turn our work, and we will make one single crochet in each chain all the way across until the end, and you'll have 46 single crochets in total. So this same chain here gets one single crochet. This next chain gets one single crochet. So you will single crochet all the way across, just like you did, let's see, for row 5 and 6. But just this row, we will single crochet in each chain all the way across for row 9. And then for row 10, I will show you what to do for our last row. So just finish your one single crochet in each chain. Just remember you need 46 single crochets in total. So just continue to do that all the way until your last stitch, and I will meet you back then. I finished row 9. So now for row 10, we will chain 1 and we will turn our work. And now we are going to repeat row 2. And row 2 was our knit stitch in the 3rd loop, our single crochet in the 3rd loop. So right here, we're looking for this side diagonal loop. So we are going to go into this diagonal loop here on the side, and we are going to make a single crochet. And now we are looking for our 3rd loops. So we have our chains here, our back loop, our front loop, and right here, the front facing you, here is your 3rd loop. And that's the 3rd loop. And that's the 3rd loop. So you'll see your upside down V here. And right above that is your 3rd loop. And that's where you will make your single crochet. And again, what helps is if you have a pointier hook, you have a hook that's pointy like this, then you will have no problem getting into that stitch. But the hook I have is not pointy, so there's my 3rd loop. So I'm just gonna grab it with my nail and then make the single crochet. So I just grab it a little bit just to help it along. It gives a really nice V look, you know, with only using the single crochets. Whoops, about lost my head warmer. It was falling off the table. And this is our last row. So this is all we have to do. It's all we have to do is just make this all the way across in our 3rd loops. And in the very last chain, we will just make a slip stitch. So you will, I'm sorry, I think I was over too far when I was crocheting. Let me show you again. So for our 3rd loop, and I'll just take my nail and just push with my hook. And make the single crochet. So that's not too bad. We only do this for row 2 and row 10, and that's all. And then if you look, it creates that really nice border for our top and bottom of our head warmer. I really, really like that. I like it a lot. So just repeat that all the way across. But in this last chain here, this last stitch, we're just going to make 1 slip stitch. And I will meet you back then. And then we will sew this up and cinch it, and it'll be ready for us to wear or give for gifting. And at the end of row 10, in that last stitch, we are just going to make a slip stitch. So now we will grab our scissors. We will cut, and then we will just pull this through, just like that. And that'll be good. So this here, this is the inside because it's not showing those knitted bees. So we will fold it like this. And you see, here's the knitted bees. We have our long yarn tail at the bottom here for sewing. So now all we need to do is get our yarn needle, thread our yarn needle with the long yarn tail at the bottom, and we will sew this up, and then we will cinch it, and then it'll be done. So go ahead and grab your yarn needle, and I will meet you back. So I have my yarn needle. I'm going to thread my yarn needle. And what we are going to do is we are going to whip stitch this closed, and then we will cinch it. So I'm just going to go right into the first stitch here, and then straight across into the first stitch on the opposite side. I'll go into the second row here. And when we cinch this, it's not going to be noticeable. And you don't have to cinch it if you want. You can leave it uncinched. And turn it upside down. So now we will take our 2 yarn ends and we will just tie it like that. And now we will take our middle and we will pinch it, and then just pinch it all together like that. And with our yarn needle, we'll go through all 3 sides here. So we're just going to go straight through the middle and out through the top. Do that again. And then these 2 yarn ends, will tie together just like that. And we will weave these in on the inside. So on the inside here, we want to hide these. So we might want to go back in to the middle here. And then I'm just going to create a knot. And then I'll clip that. And this is on the inside. I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I just want to get these hidden on the inside here. And this will fit a size small adult, a size medium, and a size large. If you want to make this in smaller or larger sizes, just remember the multiple is 3 plus 1 plus 1. And here we are. And then we just pop our baubles out a little bit. Isn't that beautiful? So don't forget to hit the thumbs up, the like button, and comment below. Let everyone know how much you like this tutorial. And subscribe if you haven't gotten a chance. But thank you all for watching, and I will see you all soon with some more great fall and winter tutorials. Thank you all. Bye-bye.